Alright, hello everybody. I'd like to welcome you all to UWA's first edition of Toasted with Teddy. I am one of the people joining this podcast night. Obviously, I handle Paulie O'Connor and Tedman, we all know that. And we have Pat joining us in the Toasted festivities.
Word.
And then we have the sober one, who's just gonna laugh at me and Pat being a retard.
Yep.
Ryan.
Hi.
AKA out the goddamn UWA roster.
So anyway, we've been actually dying to just randomly do this when me and Pat were both stoned. To just start rambling about UWA. No.
Actually, whatever, basically.
Basically.
Yeah.
But we don't have to include predictions, because obviously I think we covered that pretty well last night with everyone.
Yeah. Well, I'll drink all to that.
But, oh my god.
Yeah, we did a pretty good show of predictions. Well, there's a couple. I think of all
All
of
I
them.
could say is, yes, there's going to be a few surprises, which weren't covered last night and won't be covered tonight, but if it pans out the way I want it to, at least it'll make people laugh.
I got no doubt about that, man.
And I talked to Chris, and it sucks that Tedman hasn't been booked in the past couple shows. Me and him touched base on that finally.
Yeah.
That don't mean he won't be around.
That's right.
This is the first. Now, technically, you want to think about it pay-per-view wise. Now, UWA has come full circle, starting back with its very first pay-per-view, Tragic Engagement.
Holy shit, you're right. And I think that's the only pay-per-view that I was not around for. I joined shortly after.
And thinking about it, in the very first Tragic Engagement, and in the second one come around, Arian has been in both world title matches at Tragic Engagement. The very first one, when she won it, and now this one, going after it again. I don't know if too many people knew that stat.
Well, yeah, you know.
Completely random.
But it makes sense.
But of course I'm stoned, so I think of the most random shit, so it's okay.
That's good.
I got Wise potato chips and Nutter Butter cookies.
Isn't that how Tedman came into being in the first place?
Being stoned?
You just thinking of the most random shit ever.
Oh, yeah. Because at the time, the first time I actually had him, I created him, was in the place we will not speak of.
Oh, that place. One of the two places that we will not speak of.
I had another character there, Stephen James, who was more serious. He was like the biker type, all that. Oh, God, Sal's name.
Yeah. Should we get her to ask us some questions, or should we have her join?
If you want to see if she wants to pop in, by all means. The more the merrier. But, I had this serious character, and it felt like I was burning myself out, so I wanted to just create a character completely opposite of what I was doing to kind of relieve the stress, I guess, in a way. Not necessarily stress, because it was never a job to me, but yes, we are. Yes, we are, Sal. Sorry we were doing a podcast without you.
Yes, sorry, Sal, but, we did...
She can join.
Yeah, she's more than welcome to join, but the thing is, when we said it ahead of time, we're as soon as both of us were stoned, we're doing this shit. And
that's alright.
Yeah.
But, anyway, I had one serious character, and I felt by creating the comedy character, in a way it kind of helped relieve, it helped everything else flow better. But then, Tedman was never created in any fed I was in to be in my eyes, honestly, right now. In CPW, yes, because he was my only one in CPW at the time. But in UWA and the other place, he ended up being my number one over the other guys I've had. And
Cool.
it just worked out that way.
It's,
And it's happening again here, but I mean, understandable, I wasn't booked the past couple weeks, but it's just happening. It's just, I never have to think of anything except for like 30 seconds before I'm going to do it. I say, Ryan, let's write. This is a base idea I have, and we just start rolling. So, it just happens. But, yes, when I very first created fucking Tommy, though, I was extremely stoned out of my mind thinking of something completely random to do. And my first
somehow he lived up to the name Degenerate Bastards more than Steven ever did.
Exactly. I think one of the ones I really liked, I can't really say series, because, I mean, well, it all connected in a way, but it was when Tommy first joined. He faced a guy called Billy Badass.
what?
Now, hence the name, so you can figure what he was trying to be.
Really?
Tommy, I think, steal a car or a cop car or something, running from cops on street bikes in Tokyo, looking at the dude, and always at the end, it was great, it worked out perfect. Well, is this badass enough for you, Billy? And that's how I always cut it out, for the most part. But, and now in UWA, it's, you know, in the other place, I didn't have him really work with anyone, and then in CPW, he came to befriend Mob Scene. And in every Fed, it was a different drug. In UWA, or not UWA, in the other place, it was meth in the first place. In CPW, it was a fuckload of cocaine.
What a wonderful drug.
And now it's a mix between acid and fucking moonshine. So it's always something different, but it always seems to work out.
Usually based on who he's hanging out with, too.
Yeah, that's
Like I
good.
said,
Mob Scene was coke because they were a bunch of coked up rock guys.
And now I got cornbread.
Moonshiners.
But he accidentally grabbed the wrong bottle on one of the RPs, and it happened to be a batch of liquid LSD.
Ooh.
It was in a UWA RP.
Oh,
Yep.
shit.
But,
That would... Oh, shit. That's good. Trip anyone right the fuck out.
oh, I have a lovely idea for something for what we were all kind of talking about last night, what I wanted to do, kind of, in a way.
Hmm?
Well, me and you talked about it, Pat.
Yeah.
And Ryan, you could very easily be involved, because I don't want to say it, so if people actually listen to this, I don't want them to know what's coming. Obviously. Just know that Tedman will make an appearance at Tragic Engagement some way or another. If he's not fighting, it don't matter.
If he ain't fighting, you're gonna
If
see
he's
him.
fighting, he's not, though. He's not booked. So,
So he's gonna be appearing.
oh yes. Oh yes. There's no way I could have him go a month without being seen on a UWA show. Last show I really didn't do anything because I had to face Vince Jones. And I figured, yeah, you know, he recently lost the title, but still not someone to underestimate. So since Tedman wasn't booked, I really didn't necessarily worry about writing anything for him. So damn straight there's going to be something on this fucking show on the pay-per-view with him.
Sweet.
Just hope nobody bets him he can fly again.
Oh, I wouldn't be surprised.
Tommy was waiting at the bar in the other Fed in CPW. One of Ryan's characters came in. But, oh wait, no. Was it when your guy had to pay the bartender damage? Was that the time he did the flip off the TV? Or was that the time after when he gave the dude the coke as reimbursement? I can't remember.
No, he's gone flying off lots of shit.
Yep, I can imagine.
But
Has he gone flying off
He
moving
ended up
golf
on the
cart?
Lakers table and shit.
He ended up kicking a biker in the face and slapping his girlfriend on the girlfriend slash bartender on the ass on the way down.
Oh my god.
And then Mob Scene had to save him.
Hence why in the next RP, or 2 RPs or something, he came to the bar, and since he didn't have money to pay the dude back for what they had to do, he gave them a brick of cocaine.
Yep.
And the rest is history.
Yep. Wait. Has Tedman ever flown off of a moving golf cart? Like, as he tried jumping off, like, either the front or the
I
top?
don't think so.
No, the closest would be when he rode the hot dog cart. Because Sean McGuire bet him he could fly off of the scaffolding.
Mm-hmm.
And the security guard tried to say no, he couldn't. So he went to infinity and beyond.
The best part, though, Pat,
To infinity and beyond!
I went to Ryan because I wasn't able to get RP up for that show. It was Sean was supposed to face Tedman.
Really?
I hate doing this, but no, we worked something out. I was like, I can't RP for the show. I was like, if you already had something getting ready to put it up. But if not, is there a way we can figure out where there's a no contest? And he wrote that on the fly.
Nice.
He wrote that on the fly. I told him, I was like, I'm not able to do anything. I was like, if you want to write something to explain why the match didn't happen, by all means. If you need to use my character, I gave him full permission. And it turned out great.
Yeah.
It turned out fucking great.
Yeah. Definitely sounds like it.
But
Hey, using old David Lee Roth stories never hurts with that one. Which is exactly what that is. The old story about David Lee Roth waking up the next day after a party going, "Oh man, my head hurts. What happened? Oh dude, it was the greatest thing. You went up to the roof last night and told everybody you could fly. Dude, you let me, and I did it? Yeah, you did it. Why didn't you stop me? Stop you, bitch. I bet $50 you could do it."
that man being a junkie and someone bet him money, damn straight he would do it. Here's the fun part, Pat. Right now, the pick base, I have an UWA for him technically, and the one I believe I had in CPW I ended up using is this guy, Derek Bateman, as we were kind of talking briefly of who would be a better fit. My first pick base for Tommy Zeller, Mark Wahlberg.
Really?
From the movie, come on. It was just perfect at first. But then I believe, who made me that banner? The one that I believe I have right now, I used from in UWA. Was that Anson's work? Or was that Dan's work? It looks like Dan's work because there's no lens flare.
And that's all the fucking
did
difference.
Go a little psychotic with those after a while.
But I believe it was Dan for some reason.
It probably is if it has random song lyrics on it.
No, it's at
That's what he tends to do.
Chicks America and like Teddy's, or Chicks America and Beer or something.
Let's see.
Oh, hold on, I'll go pull it up as we speak and go check, because I need to know now. Now the other one, I was fucking around and got bored. If everyone goes and looks at a Tedman post so they could see it, I made it for shits and giggles in a matter of like 2 minutes. But holy fuck, to find what was a pre-cut out picture of Ted, like a PSD, wasn't that fun. I tried like 6 different sites and I finally found one. Oh, but it is Derek Bateman. And it's like faded pictures of him with a flag, and it says Tommy Zeller, Chicks America Teddy Bears. That's what it said.
Nice.
And I believe, by the looks of it, as Ryan knows, and maybe a couple others in the Fed know, that it was made by this guy, Dan. But I've been trying to actually think of a new one for him. Because this guy, and watching like old videos of him, doesn't seem as just fucking ridiculous as how I have this person portrayed. I want to think of a better pick base.
For
So I'm open
Tommy
to ideas.
Fuck, just go with Santino Morella.
Do you really think so, like we were talking about?
I don't
want
know.
to write
I
the
don't
fucking
know.
Italian accent.
I know. The only way you could suddenly do that is if he suddenly stayed in Italy for a while. But no. What about like someone like Heath? No, not Heath Slater. That wouldn't work either.
Because then everybody would expect him to suddenly have a southern accent.
Yeah, no. It was funny. I forget who we were talking about. Oh, I think we were talking about new pick bases with Boss Man about Joshua or whatever at first when he was talking about making the switch. Or Brody. And I fucked around and said Spike Dudley. Imagine Spike Dudley under the Ted costume. But how his personality was, how he was just fucking that. Yes, very tiny. That's
you mean how he was always stoned in ECW?
Pretty much.
Yes.
He's a little small for my liking, but the personality fits fucking golden.
Well, jeez, who wasn't stoned in ECW? I mean, seriously, those
that
guys.
Was his gimmick. His gimmick in ECW was that he used to actually try and act like he was tripping balls all the time. That's why his name was Little Spike Dudley.
And yet he was the very first.
His finish was called the Acid Drop.
Of course, they dropped that as soon as he went to the E.
But my problem is, I do want to think of a new pick base for Tommy and find someone roughly size-wise, because I mean, Tommy is somewhat of a high flyer, but mostly, I believe, in this day and age, I have him. He does the. I mean, I guess his one finisher is a flip off the top ropes. His other one is a hurricane into like an armbar or triangle lock or something.
Holy shit.
Something like that. But
and run into a triangle, the crank.
Yeah, the crank. That's
the other one's a swanton. The acid trip.
Exactly.
Fuck it. Just go for the obvious, man. Go over Matt or Jeff Hardy.
I mean,
or hell, even Rob Van Dam.
The personality don't fit. I'm trying to think of one that with the personality would fit. No?
No, nothing. I mean, why are you asking me that right now?
I don't know. Why the fuck not?
Fair enough.
Because all his good shit with Tedman comes out stoned, so what the hell?
Exactly. What? Crash Holly too small. He was kind of sporadic.
Yeah, but he killed himself by choking on his own vomit.
Here's one.
Speaking of vomit, you hear what happened on Raw the other night? After Raw, apparently Bray Wyatt was so sick of facing Cena, he puked.
I thought because he was so sick of facing Cena, there had to be something. They just used that as the story. Come on now.
No, dude, that was a joke.
I take those things too literal sometimes.
Really?
Sometimes. Leave me alone. But I didn't watch Raw
because Raw's stupid.
Well, no. I was...
Oh, right. That we were doing the official
I was
podcast.
That we were doing the podcast.
Yeah, we were doing the official podcast, and you were actually not feeling well, but you still pulled through like a trooper.
Yeah. I took a shitload of fucking NyQuil.
NyQuil. That
So
Fuck
and I
calling
took
it
a
NyQuil. Call it
decongestant. I took
Miraquil.
NyQuil and a decongestion because NyQuil usually isn't a decongestant, and I'm still all fucking congested. But the NyQuil also helped with the fever. I went to work today. Well, it's usually only a 40-minute ride because we got more fucking snow.
Ah, shit.
Got like another 5 inches.
Oh,
Ain't much,
God.
but still. Like another 5-6 inches. And when I leave for work at 5 o'clock in the morning, well, this morning when I woke up and I saw the snow, I left at 5 o'clock in the morning. I didn't get to work till 6:30.
Damn.
Yes, I stopped for coffee, but I was in and out of that store in less than 3 minutes.
Shit.
But it
So,
took me an hour and a half to get to work. And I was doing 20 miles per hour on a main road, on a major highway, and I still spun out 3 times.
oh, fuck.
And I was sober.
Well,
But yet, nights that I'm drunk or stoned, when I leave the wonderful establishment I go to quite often,
yeah.
I go through a tiny hole in the wall that literally, on each side of my mirror, is maybe 2 to 2.5 inches on each side. And I have to go through that straight as an arrow. And I do that drunk or stoned.
There's no
I'm dead
problems.
sober. But, I mean, I guess with the roads this morning, I'm tired of the fucking snow. I really am.
Dude, we're all tired of the fucking snow. Well,
That's why I've been drinking more. To forget about the fucking snow when I have to go outside.
yeah,
I'm drunk so I don't feel it.
you drink to forget about the goddamn snow.
No, I drink to forget about the fucking cold. How cold it is.
Yeah, well, we all drink to forget about Shaquille O'Neal's career. Random. Like, I know, but that's seriously like a combination of that favorite game of ours, Cards Against Humanity.
Oh my god.
The shit we come up with. It's fucking ridiculous, ain't it, man?
Anything happens.
No kidding.
Anything goes. But, what was I going to say? Moving forward with Tedman, I definitely told Chris I want to be booked more with him as much as possible. So hopefully that changes. Even though it doesn't matter. I'm not writing an RP for him for almost 2 shows, which is basically a month.
Yeah, no kidding. Which
But
is
it's
kind of
not
sad.
like there's going to be the rest there from taking a few weeks off, from taking a month off, month and a half by the time this is all over.
Yeah, you're right. But
It's
yeah.
still gonna come, and I have other ideas for that too. I gotta talk to you about
Ooh.
off the podcast.
Yeah.
It's great. It's gonna involve you and Ryan.
Oh boy. This
But
is gonna hurt.
It's gonna be 2 parts, but it's gonna connect. So I gotta save the idea for a good match for Tedman. I'm not saying anyone on this roster completely sucks, but you got your mid card, you got your higher card. I definitely want to save the idea that I have for a higher card match. As fucking hilarious as it'll be to read, I think it's a better idea to save. I'm gonna have to go write this down real quick. Hold on. Oh, no,
Wait, so before you actually forget your idea?
Yeah.
I
I just gotta write down a quick note so I don't forget about it. Once I read the small note.
So we mostly been talking about some current
me.
shit. Yeah, about Tedman. Like, what the fuck, man?
It's just a glorious thing that I can't wait to keep writing. I just have such a fucking blast when it comes to writing him.
I think we're all glad for that, because
reading more and more of Baron's RPs and what his story is, there's definitely going to be involvement between Tedman and Baron in the future too.
Nice.
In some RPs, I could see it.
Oh, of course. Wait, seriously, if you had seen the first RP that I did, a Silver Baron, well, one of them,
You gotta think, as you came in, I was leaving to take the first original break.
Yeah, that's true, but they're still there.
And Baron has a thing for furries.
What?
At least they're like big mascots anyway.
Yeah, that was
okay.
that was an acid trip that Baron had.
Yeah. You imagine what would happen if fucking Tedman and Baron ever got a hold of Craven's pillbox?
Holy shit. The shit they would mix up. And then Craven would want to kill them.
Kill them and then be laughing at the same time. Actually.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He'd kill them and then laugh at them. And then hit him again, realizing how hard to fuck up, and that could have been him. And Baron tries to apologize by throwing strippers at him.
Well, that doesn't work. Well, it might.
He's so fucked up that he doesn't know what's going on.
Which one? Baron?
Exactly. You know, Craven's his stablemate. But if he's so fucked up he doesn't know what's going on, and then Craven's flipping out because they stole his pillbox, Baron tries to apologize by throwing strippers at him.
Yep.
Which, considering one of the strippers is his girlfriend.
Well, he's going to be so fucked up. Obviously, it's not going to be Skylar he throws at her. It's going to be some random fucking broads. And then Craven...
His
luck, they'd be Cindy and Brittany.
Oh my god. Oh god. Okay, guys. I just went on Facebook for a second. This is fucking awesome. It has this, there's this picture that's full of snow and a car on its side, but it also has a caption there in Jim Ross. So you gotta imagine him saying this. Enough's enough! Stop the damn snow already.
No, I'm looking up pig base that Ryan said to look up. He sent me a name. I mean, I've never honestly heard of this guy, Ryan, who you told me to look up.
He was in Ring of Honor for a long ass time.
You mean Jimmy Jacobs?
Red Titus.
Red Titus?
Yeah. He used to be in a tag team called the All Night Express with Kenny King.
Oh,
the entire idea was that they were actually strippers, male strippers from Vegas, because they are.
What? Kenny King, that guy
they used to come out with like the little Chippendale outfits, and Red Titus used to come out to Addicted to Love, for God's sakes, and would practically dance all the way to the ring.
What the fuck?
That's definitely a possibility to think of.
Hi, I'm Richard.
What the fuck?
I'm about to tell you how to make a lot of money without any effort, and in a short period of time. I'm about to tell you how to make a lot of money without any effort, just wait in a short period of time. Because in the next few...
I am so sorry about that.
Hi, I'm Richard. That's what I picked up on.
You know, just a couple of fucking adverts just popped up as I was just checking a couple things.
I had the old cool ones that I had banners for Tommy Zeller on New Era's website before the one I have set up on UWA right now.
The hell? What the fuck happened? Hold on.
Sounds like you got popped.
Alright, I'm gonna have to pause this.
I'm sorry
you can tell looking at your old Tommy one that Dan made that original one. Because Because it says under Tommy on that one, take me somewhere familiar so I can find myself again. And that's totally Dan's work, where he puts like random indie rock lyrics on there.
Is that the one on CPW or New Era?
No, that's the one on New Era.
Wait, I thought you guys...
It looks basically like the one from CPW, it just doesn't say the chicks thing on the bottom.
Oh yeah, no, I remember that. Okay.
And Sel just asked, did you find a Skype recorder? I just told her what we're actually using. That's just Audacity. And, you know, and shit. It's an alright program, I guess.
I don't know. I can't get it on my computer, mainly because I don't have Skype on my computer to begin with.
That's right.
So my chances of recording anything are none.
Absolute 0.
This laptop I got does minimal jobs needs. It is nothing fancy, but whatever. Everyone else could handle all the recording and the editing of the audio and all that fun stuff.
Yep.
But I'm trying to think.
Don't stress your brain, man.
No, I was trying to remember if we talked about how you came up with the character Silver Baron.
Oh,
I think we did touch base on that, didn't we?
Yeah, we did kind of touch base. So see, the Silver Baron, it was an old character I was using, Vega Knight, that I had for a while, and yes, even back then he had the split personality. But when I came up with Silver Baron for UWA, I was like, I wanted to use Vega, but I wanted to put a different spin on him. Then I remembered a couple of characters I really like. One was, well, Nero from Sons of Anarchy, hence why he's actually a pimp that has all the legal shit.
Selena just asked a question, saying, doesn't the Audacity only record one side of the call?
It's for both on this side. I double checked.
Okay, good.
The only reason why I didn't the other day is because I was using headphones, but now I'm actually using no headphones this time.
Oh, see, I'm on Skype right now. I have headphones in, so all the noises isn't blasting. Because I have somewhat thin walls at my house. But me talking is one thing, but by having the headphones in, there's not as much noise because I don't have you guys talking as well.
Yeah, but on this side, since I'm the one recording it, I'm the one taking care of it.
But
Yep, he showed me some of the clips of that video game that he got the Baron part from.
Yeah.
They were fucking hilarious.
Yes, Mad World. Oh.
I could only imagine.
Yes, what happened was the character, the Black Baron, in Mad World, he was doing these bloodbath challenges, and let's just say the guy has infinite lives. There's no way he would have survived being beaten to a giant-sized dartboard twice, being squished by a big flat piece of metal with spikes, a giant hand, nor being blown up.
Basically, he does mock commercials and he gets killed by his assistant in every one of them in more and more ridiculous ways.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So, like,
and every time he starts to go, "No, what are you doing, bitch?" And then right before he says anything else, she does something that, you know, kills him horribly, painfully, and like,
well,
so
sets
over
him
the top,
up.
it's hilarious.
Well, it sets him up.
That's great.
And he usually accompanies it with, hell no.
Sounds like Cornbread speaking. Oh, you're lucky. Pat, were you around when Ryan was still writing Cornbread with the fucked up accent where you could understand, like, maybe only 10% of what the fuck he was saying?
Yes, I was.
Oh, yeah.
It was so funny seeing people like, I don't know how to judge this because I can't understand half of the damn RP.
Oh, yeah, Chris used to go crazy about it.
Yeah, I remember him bitching at
Chris hated it so much that fucking Trina had one had them meet Aaron at a bar once just to do both accents at once.
Oh man, I bet he was
crazy.
pissed off. I bet he.
How do you think he felt now? Because it's not as bad when we write with Paulie, Sean, and Arian. I really wasn't a big fan of that for that reason. Like, we don't go as crazy with those three as you did with Cornbread at first, in UWA at least. But
like I said, I keep saying I should drag out the old Cam's Hard Apple Cider one and have them watch it, just to see how bad Chris would go nuts at that.
Speaking of Cam's Hard Apple Cider, that will play involvement in Tedman's future adventures.
Oh God!
Hence why Cornbread's going to be around.
And Ryan just said, "Dear Lord, help us all." Meanwhile, I'm saying, "Bring it on!"
I'm deciding how soon I want to use that, though, because that's not something major to the point where I need to try to save it for something big.
Okay. Question though, would Tedman strap a rocket on his back and light it?
Well, strap it on his back?
Yeah.
I'm not so sure. But if he pulls the Johnny Knoxville, like how Knoxville did at the end of the One Jackass movie,
yeah,
definitely. Where he straddled the giant fucking bottle rocket.
Yeah.
He would do something like that. As for strapping it to his back, I don't know if he would go that far. But something very similar, like I said, like what Johnny Knoxville did. I can definitely see him doing it. He'll do just about anything. The possibilities are endless. That's why it's so fucking easy to write for him.
And
probably why he likes the Worley Brothers, because they only seem to like grain alcohol and explosives.
Explosions!
And of course, because we did it one time. Like one of the first times I wrote Tedman with Cornbread. Here comes Bubba. And it was the perfect way to end it. Bubba chasing off Tedman. Now almost every single time Tedman's involved with Cornbread, some way, shape, or form, he winds up getting chased off by Bubba. Every time.
You know what? You know what's coming now.
But
Teddy! I'm sorry, I can't do that shit.
That's fine. But like the other times, Tedman, like actually in a way, like I said, he was just complete fucking random, and he's working out. As for when I first joined, when Chris first said he was creating UWA, he came to me when all the problems of that other place were going on. He came to me privately and said, I was thinking about opening up a Fed, will you join? Yeah, fuck it. My first idea, I was going to bring in Tommy Seller. He only left the one match the very first show, and that was it, and then he disappeared until I brought in Tedman more recently. And for some reason, I just, at the time, wanted to do an Irish character, hence Paulie. And then, a few days later, when he said T was going to be joining, she said she was doing an Irish character. I was like, oh, this is going to be fun. Like, something's going to happen. Which turned out, those two were 2 out of the 4 in a 4-way match at the first tragic engagement for the world title. Which obviously Aaron went on to win and hold for about a few months.
So like October.
And tragic engagement was roughly around, yeah. Is it the same exact date he has it on? I'm pretty sure he said he planned on leaving it about the same.
It was probably
give or take.
Yes.
But
I'm looking.
Paula was completely random. Not thought about too deep.
Yeah, it was February 23rd.
Was the first tragic engagement. Alright. So you gotta think that's almost just about a year with the pay-per-view at least. Obviously, we were open for a couple shows before the pay-per-view.
Main event: Nick Daniels, Paulie O'Connor, Aaron Donnelly, and Sentinel.
Yeah, and if you were around, was Nick Daniels still around when you came in, Pat?
No.
Probably not, because he no-showed that and then pretty much disappeared afterwards.
Like, why the heck?
The first, we don't know. I don't know, at least. But he was a person, I think if he would have definitely posted multiple RPs, if he would have, maxed or whatever, and stayed, he was a fucking phenomenal writer. And then add on the fucking crazy fucking graphics he did, too. I don't know what happened with that dude, why he just basically dropped off the face of the earth. Because to this day, he would have probably fucking stayed one of the top writers in the place. But Nick Daniels disappeared, and very shortly after, remember, he tried bringing in that tag team, Rising Sun Dynasty, very briefly.
Yeah.
But the couple times he did RP as them, it was still fucking awesome. But that he was like, coming in, seeing like, he did CDRP, whatever. He was like the number 1 draft pick in the NFL draft, turning out to be a bust. I was disappointed with that. I thought that character could have been a hell of a lot more.
True.
But the story, if he stuck around, I think the story could have definitely gone in a different direction at some point. Because his character is just fucking weird. But very fucking...
Well, yeah, because his character was basically Silent Hill.
Yeah. But he wrote it out fucking good.
Yeah, he did.
He wrote it out very good.
And that's why going into that match, him and Sentinel were supposed to be like the odds-on favorites. So, of course, they both no-showed.
Wait, Sentinel no-showed?
I think he showed up once there, but he didn't really, hit it, because that's when Shane was having his, I don't know if I really want to play anymore.
Okay, I remember that, yeah. He was at that breaking point.
Yeah. Because he was having that moment in both places at the time.
Yeah. I mean, I think I RP'd for Tragic Engagement. But Arian just came in and fucking...
Ripped you guys a new one.
He came in and fucking, for someone who never really... Like, she wrote and stuff prior, obviously. But never was really in an event. And she was supposed to join the other place that we will not speak of. But I think before her first match, all the shit went down is when everything, that whole big fucking...
Well, it's because Joshua was coming in. She was going to come in as Joshua's girlfriend. But they wanted to get Joshua set up first. So Maiko never actually made it in.
Made appearances, but never made it in.
Right.
But for basically coming into UWA and really, for the first time, writing kind of what's needed for, direct e-fetting, she came in, and when she wants to, still, could be an amazing fucking writer. For someone who's never really done this style of writing. I mean, we still tell a story, yes, all that, obviously. Some people go more with the street, but for her to come in and basically wreak havoc like she fucking did.
Ripping you guys a new one.
And she still can when she wants to, but obviously she, it's been discussed, they have a lot going on right now. But when she wants to be on...
She's on. She's turned on. Giggity.
Exactly. You know what though? Even for her, technically, for someone being new to it, it was crazy. When we found out, and she's like, I saw her character, I went right to her. I was like, are you serious with your character? She was like, yeah, why? I was like, you see where my character's from, right? She was like, oh fuck, we have to do something with this. So the first match of Tragic Engagement with us being involved was obviously still, they were playing offs, they were friends. Paulie and Jashad's supposed to fight her at the next pay-per-view, Spring Slaughter. that's when I had my breaking point.
Yep.
And I was mad. Because we were playing it off, I believe, as like a jealousy thing. It's like, oh, she came in and won the title, da-da-da-da-da. And people think people think that like Paulie was like shadowing her. So he earned the match at Spring Slaughter. And I'm pissed that I just had that. I was at that breaking point because that angle. It wouldn't have changed. It might have, if we fully went through with that at the time, it might have fully changed their friendship, and if they still would have been involved to this day, I think. If I didn't take that break, things definitely could have been completely different. Who knows? They could have wound up having a big fucking feud.
And who would have been the face?
They were both kind of at the time, because they were both brand new characters. And this was literally, only like 4 or 5 shows in, so they were starting to establish themselves. I don't know who would have been the odds on, like, face favorite technically, because I think they were both kind of neutral at the time still. Because this is before Arian lost her shit.
Yeah.
This
like
is when
months
Paulie
before.
was a face. Paulie came in as a face.
But then he returned as a heel.
Pretty much. So, but she was a face at the time too. But it was more of a, I'm jealous, I want to show the world that I'm just as good as you, and I won't be stuck in your shadow forever. It's basically kind of the angle we were running with.
I see.
Which could have turned, like I said, into a big ass feud, but then shit happened and I had to just take a break for a while.
Yeah. So, enough about events for now, unless you got like other past stories to tell, which, sorry I interrupt like that, but it seems like we were just talking about your goddamn characters, man. No offense.
I'm sorry.
No.
You should have told me to shut up a long time ago.
No, it sounded like you had a lot of good shit to say, so neither one. So we decided to shut up and let you talk. But
oh man.
Well, yeah.
Oh man, fucking work sucked today. No, anyways, feeling like shit last night. And then what time did we finally end the call? It was around midnight, right?
Yeah.
And I basically popped up at 5 o'clock, got dressed, brushed my teeth real quick, and shot out the door.
Damn.
By the time I fell asleep, it was probably about like 12:30 by the time I fully got into like a deep sleep. I didn't even I usually go to work though. I get a coffee on the way to work, and I get 2 24-ounce cans of Monster. I had one. I don't even think I finished it throughout the entire day.
Really?
Good Lord.
Yeah, usually I intake a lot of caffeine. Even when I don't necessarily need it, even when I get a good night amount of sleep. Because I like having all that energy at my job. And now performing some of the guys that have been there, 6, 7, 8 months. A couple guys that have been there over a year longer than me. So I'm hoping by doing that, it could hopefully get me bumped up quicker in the company. Because I'm in the packing department right now. If I get bumped up to the receiving department, that's like $2 more an hour. It's crazy fucking raise, thinking about it.
Yeah.
I mean, who wouldn't mind $2 more an hour? And basically, receiving, you're on a forklift truck all day.
Oh man.
Rather than
You just gave me some
box.
images, man.
But yeah, I did remember too. I'm a skinny little fuck in real life.
Yeah.
I'm about 5'11", 6 foot, 135 pounds, soaking wet.
That's fucking skinny. Even I'm heavier than that.
But I eat like a fucking horse, dude. I do. Stoned or sober. I eat like a fucking horse.
It sounds like it.
I'm just munching away in a bag of chips right now.
So am I.
You get that, you can almost guarantee the next thing we're going to see is Tedman driving forklifts and shit.
Actually,
and Lord knows what else.
go with the golf
another
cart
good idea.
first.
He's flown a helicopter.
Really?
He's driven.
He stole a helicopter is what he did.
Yeah. He stole a
They got
helicopter.
police helicopters, I recall. I think he took a medevac one too once.
He did that. He did
Didn't he steal a cop car and take it on a joyride on the interstate before?
That was in Tokyo. Tedman went to Tokyo.
It's Tedzilla.
But
crazy fucker.
Versus Teddy Kong. Begin.
Fight.
But he's done everything. Fucking A.
How did Stephen James never interact with that Mike Miller guy?
I got no idea. What the fuck are you talking about?
Because Mike Miller was kind of flaking out at that point when Stephen James came around, to be honest.
Because you'd look at them and go, one's Jax, one's Opie. Don't they at least have to bump into each other?
And they never did.
Somehow. Made it almost too funny then when the one dude in CPW made a weird-ass character out of chips.
Oh my god, you told me about that.
Mr. Natural. Who, you want to talk about a guy Tedman should have bumped into. There's that character.
Who seemed to play now as Miss Natural?
Oh yeah, because we pulled an angle with him.
Because you did a what?
We pulled this angle with him right before the last pay-per-view, where we had the Japanese heel I play who does the Great Muta Mist thing.
Okay.
We had him miss the guy, only this time there was something in it that made his eyes burn.
Like Black Mist?
Yes. We didn't get too technical about what it was because the guy wanted to be really vague about what happened to him. But so he takes this stuff and starts screaming and all, and then the Japanese guy has stablemates that are pyromaniacs. So they lit up a table and chokeslammed his ass over the top rope through it.
Oh.
And the stuff caught on fire. So
holy shit!
So that guy gets rushed to the hospital, right? And then the next thing you know, at the next show, Ms. Natural shows up, and he did this thing. Have either of you guys ever seen the DC comic book character Dr. Fate?
Yeah.
It's sort of like that.
Okay.
Or the way they used to do the Slayers and Buffy the Vampire Slayer. One would get killed, the next one would be activated.
Uh-huh.
This is supposed to sort of be like that, where, okay, Mr. Natural got fucked up, so the next one in line got activated.
Oh, like the Crow.
More or
Now,
less.
was he a champion when he left? That's why Miss Natural took over as champion? Or did technically
Yes.
Miss Natural go and earn it?
Yes.
So
That
he was...
Mr. Natural was the champ when he got taken out, yes.
So Miss Natural, same handler, took over.
Oh,
Right.
Hey guys, here's a completely random thought. Do you guys know I'm pretty sure you guys know the character Mr. Sinister from the X-Men comics, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know how he tends to switch between male and female often.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I just totally imagine him singing the song Sweet Transvestite. There's gotta be a fucking video of that. If there isn't, fuck it, I'll make it.
Mr. Natural used to do that. Used to be like the thing every week to go, all right, what's the most absurd thing we can think of? That's what he's doing this week. Because the character is supposed to be a chaos magician. So sort of like Dr. Fate meets Dr. Strange. I actually used to refer to him as the Sorcerer Supreme in the commentary, just because it would. I figured it would pop him, and it did. He thought it was hilarious. So, we did shit like there was one time he needed the next week off, so we had him get abducted by aliens inside a dome. Like, they actually came through the dome, picked him up out of the ring, and
by his
did,
balls.
The light thing coming down, the shaft of light,
Shaft.
and flew away.
And you had that happen to a show?
Yes.
That's great. That's great.
I'm telling you, it was like, whatever he comes up with, because he has never done a character that did not do something weird.
Now, how long?
His old character was called Duke Jupiter. That guy was like the biggest stoner, drunk, acid. We used to actually call him the Acid King.
And I bet
Tedman
Tedman wants to take title.
Now, how long have you been in charge of CPW for, Ryan?
Since September 2003.
What?
And how long was it open for before you took over?
February-ish.
Of that year?
Yeah.
Oh, so you took over quickly.
I didn't sort of much take over as basically get everything dropped in my lap.
And you said, fuck it, I'm going to keep this place going.
Well, no, Anson opened it. Because we had been in this other place that had the stupidest name known to man.
And what was that?
It was called the Evil Pay-Per-View Wrestling Federation.
Yeah,
I swear to God,
that is lame.
We both hopped on it because we thought the name was hilariously stupid. We had to see what it looked like with this guy running it. And
it was horrible?
Oh, yeah, for like the first month or so. Then he basically put me in charge and backed off. So I ended up, because I was writing most of the stuff anyway, so he basically said, here, do whatever you want. I'll be back in a month. He would come back every so often and say, okay, now book me in to beat this guy, then I'll leave for another month. And eventually we told that guy to go fuck himself, and Anson created CPW. 3 months in, he decided he couldn't run it by himself and split it with this other guy named Vic, who played a character called Dave Helms.
Dave Helms.
Dave Helms. So, however, the two of them used to fight like an old married couple. I mean, you would see them having a discussion in a chat room, and they would, honest to God, sit there and just fucking disagree for the hell of it because the other guy had said something. If Anson said the sky was blue today, Vic would go, no, it's not, it's purple. And I mean, they did that on everything. And eventually they just looked at me and went, you can stand us both. You play tiebreaker. Okay. So that means about June of that year, I became the third admin. Well, then we get to September when school starts. At the time, I'm 24, so I'm not in school anymore.
Okay.
Anson's 16, so he's in high school. Vic is, I believe, 19 and in his first year of college at Ohio State.
Oh.
So, about 2 weeks into September, Vic figures out he needs off till Christmas. So, we did this angle where his character, honest to God, looked like he died. And then he didn't just sell it, he didn't just stay off the boards, he stayed off AIM until New Year's.
Wow.
So when he came back at the pay-per-view right around New Year's, nobody knew he was coming back. Nobody saw it coming. It was like the greatest shit ever. Now, right after he left, Anson basically got his ass kicked off the internet by his father because his grades started to go into the shitter.
Oh. So
he looks at me and says, dude, I'm not going to be on much. If you want to keep it going, go for it. But otherwise, yeah. Thus, I have the keys to the car.
And you just ran with it, and now look.
And every so often, they've come back. And then if they come back, and then they've left. The funniest thing about that place is that when Joe showed up, he was 13, and everybody thought he was an annoying little motherfucker. And when he turned about 16, he suddenly like morphed from the annoying little brother everybody was like, God damn, look at this fucking tag-along, into God on water when it comes to writing.
Really? Like something snapped inside of him?
It was amazing. Now he's about to take the bar exam.
Oh shit.
So, suddenly he turned, about 16, he turned into the smartest guy in the room. But he didn't have an ego about it. And somebody suggested he should become an admin with us, and I'm the one who was like, are you nuts? We're going to give the little kid who keeps coming in and IMing us all about where we can find porn links power. Seriously, he used to IM us all the time going, hey man, you got any prawn? It was almost like somebody walking up to a dealer in the corner going, man, come on, I need a fix. Come on. You're like, dude, you're 14. There's no way in hell I'm giving you porn links. Not unless I want the cops knocking on my door.
Yeah. Sending young boys links to fucking porn websites, right?
Right. So
sending young Anson porn links.
Oh, I didn't have to send Anson anything. His father had that covered pretty well. Seriously, his computer used to crash every 6 months because his dad would be downloading so much porn.
That's
really?
Hilarious.
I mean, that used to be his thing. He'd come back every 6 months or so, either get himself in trouble at school or his computer would crash almost immediately.
Because of porn. Fuck.
Eventually, he figured something out, and I think they got separate computers after a while. That stopped happening, but So yeah.
Or Joe.
2003.
Holy shit.
12, you gotta think, that's 12 years this place has been running.
And
they're doing something right over there.
Yeah.
The only thing that makes it more of a challenge to me is it's weekly.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, yeah, at first it had 2 shows. That's why all the names are weird, though, because Anson made them up when he was 16. And not only did he made him up when he was 16, he made him up when he was 16 and totally into Cradle of Filth.
Huh.
So that's why half the names of the pay-per-views are Cradle of Filth album titles. Which are the ones he hates the most.
The albums he hates the most?
He hates being reminded that he used to love Cradle of Filth.
Really?
Oh, God. Hates it. Absolutely. So, the fact that we have pay-per-view titles, Damnation in a Day and Cruelty in the Beast drives him crazy.
Why haven't you changed it up yet?
The name.
Because the one, after a while, I was like, well, why would you change WrestleMania?
This is true.
Yeah,
but they changed other pay-per-view names, but mind you, not the major ones.
That one's like, in that case, in the Damnation in a Day case, that would be like, hey, you should change WrestleMania and SummerSlam.
Yeah, I can't do that.
No, that's understandable.
It's one of those, it might be the stupidest name ever, but it's one we've had this long, and it has Roman numerals after it because it's always a good show. Because for some reason, that was when all the people would always show up and be, like, totally into their stories, would be, like, February to April.
Why is it that I have my phone plugged in and it's not charging? It seems like Skype is using so much fucking battery, it's not letting my phone charge whatsoever.
That's not good.
Nah, I'm due for my upgrade in May. I'm definitely going back to Android. I have an Apple right now, and
it's been
freezing a lot lately.
It basically has been knocking your apples.
I've been playing some games. You get some weed games on the Apple Store, yeah. That stuff you can all get on Android. And it's a bigger screen. When I'm saying that, it worked out perfect. Like, when I used to work for the taxi place, to try, there'd be times we'd get no calls. So I'd watch Netflix on my phone. And you know how strenuous it is in the eyes to watch it on a small fucking iPhone?
Ow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Half the time I was shot out, though, so I just passed out and fucking waited for him up and put the chirp right by my ear. Can't mean taxi was great. We'd get points that was so dead. I was literally able one day. I had to go to the bathroom. I had to take a fucking dump. And the taxi place was we're in South Amboy. I'm like, yo, I'm gonna go back to my house. Why? It's like, cause I could smoke a cigarette and take a dump at the same time. I can't do that at public restroom. Okay, let us know when you're done. Let him know when I was done. I was like, we got any calls? He's like, no. I was like, alright, I'm just gonna stay here. Just gonna make myself something to eat. So if I have to take it with me, I have to take it with me. Ended up grilling steak and a piece of fucking corn on the cob. Came inside, ate that, came inside, smoked like 3 bowls. And like an hour and a half went by before I finally, my dispatcher finally said, okay, you gotta go here and here. An hour and a half, I sat at my house, cooked myself some steak, smoked a few bowls, and finally got a call to go back to work.
Damn.
The plus side to the taxi place, it didn't matter if I smoked that. At this new place, it sucks that it matters.
Mm-hmm.
But I want to find a place where it doesn't matter if I smoke, and it won't fucking matter even if I do. I mean, nice for it to happen all over Jersey soon. But you never know what the hell is going to happen.
Yeah, exactly.
I can't wait for the day that New Jersey's like Colorado. Look how much money just in taxes they have made.
I can't wait for that either. Well, I'm pretty sure Ontario is going to be legalizing that shit. This shit.
If Jersey fully legalizes weed,
you will smoke a big fat ass joint in celebration.
That's besides the point. The entire state's going to be covered with a cloud of weed smoke. Not fog. It ain't going to be fog. It's going to be straight weed smoke.
Oh, yeah. You guys do it anyways. Now, since it's legal, you're going to do it twice as much.
Exactly.
It's not smog, it's smug. Hey, it's a Jersey thing.
And depending on what area you're in, it depends on what kind of weed it smells like.
Some spots, the weed smoke is going to be thicker.
Exactly. Oh man, I want to go outside for a cigarette so bad, but it's too fucking cold. It is too fucking cold outside, and I can't smoke a cigarette in my house.
Ouch.
Yeah. For that to happen, I actually have to put on shoes and still go downstairs in the basement where it's really fucking cold. And I don't want to be doing that.
You don't want to freeze your little Tedmans off.
Exactly, so I'm just not going to smoke a cigarette. I could sacrifice.
Man, I don't want to know what Shannon's mom would do in that situation.
Fuck that.
That woman's crazy enough when she can get to her cigarettes.
Really?
Oh, good God.
Oh boy. Now you got us curious.
When she can get to her cigarettes, you said?
Yeah. Oh, woman chain smokes like you wouldn't believe.
I can't say I chain smoke.
You come up to her van, we call it a smoke wagon because that's all you notice.
Yeah, I can't say I chain smoke like that. It's been a while. It just clicked in my head, like, I want a cigarette. Like, I got back to my house like 10:30. Or, no, not 10:30, 9:30. And I had one about 10 minutes before that. So about 20 after 9, I had one. So it's been, what, an hour and a half?
Yep.
So it's not like I'm itching, and obviously, I know people that in that hour and a half would have smoked 5, 6, 7, 8 cigarettes, 9 cigarettes.
Oh, yeah.
I ain't that bad.
Good.
But
she probably would have filled up a fucking Diet Coke can.
Fuck that. I can't do that.
That's what she does. You look around, all you see are like a sea of Diet Coke cans, and they're all ashtrays.
But, I mean, there is times, like, when I'm at work, we get a 15-minute break in the morning. I'll smoke, like, 2 cigarettes. But that's because I'm going from, like, 6:30 in the morning to, about 10 after 9 or so without a cigarette. And, I mean, that's the only time I really do that. Lunchtime, I still only smoke, 1, maybe 2, but that's over a course of, like, 45 minutes. Even when I get out of work, it's maybe every hour and a half, 2 hours. So, I mean, I guess it's still bad because I'm going through roughly about a pack of cigarettes a day. But it happens. My problem is I try to find something to help myself slow down. It just
makes it
doesn't
worse.
seem to be working right now.
Does it make it worse?
I can't find something to keep me busy. That's the thing. I need to keep busy, and I can't find something to keep me busy and keep me distracted from wanting a cigarette.
We're not distracting enough.
I just don't know something that can keep me busy long enough. I would like to quit, but longest I've gone recently is like 3 days, and that's because I was deathly sick.
Wow.
Today I didn't smoke as much because I was still feeling like shit. So, but I'm sure I'll wake up in the morning, and by the time I get to work tomorrow, because we're not expecting any more snow, thank God. I have to be at work at 6:30. I have to leave my house, like 5:45, 10 to 6, and make it to work on time. So, but in that short ride, I'll probably smoke, in that 40-minute period, I'll probably smoke 2 or 3 cigarettes on the way to work tomorrow. It's bad. But that's my thing. I need something. I mean, once it gets nicer out, and I always smoke more during the winter. I don't know why. If I'm outside, it makes me forget about the cold. If I have to go outside for whatever reason, I light up a cigarette.
And yet you're just bitching that you didn't want to go out to smoke a cigarette because it's too goddamn cold.
But I'm saying, like, I don't have to go outside for anything. So if I have the choice of staying inside and sacrifice the cigarette, yes, but like, if I have to go outside for something, like when I first came home, I came inside, I was like, alright, whatever, fuck it, I'm done smoking cigarettes for the night. But I left my phone in the car, so I had to go back outside. So I went out there and power smoked like half a cigarette while I had to go outside and walk down to the other end of the driveway to get my phone from the car. So about within 5 minutes before I logged on fucking game on my computer, and basically like 5 minutes before it basically started up Skype was the last time I had a cigarette.
Cool.
But I know it's too cold. I have no actual reason to go outside. So I'll sacrifice the cigarette at least. Fuck that. I'm kind of glad I don't...
Shannon just went, oh look, somebody's got chips again. Which is funny because I don't have you guys on the speaker. She could hear it over the headphones.
What?
That's crazy. I'm not reaching in my chip bag at the moment.
I'm done for now.
Oh, there you go. That's crazy how she could hear that.
I know.
What kind of chips you munching on, Pat? Or were you?
Just regular chips.
Same here. I think I got...
I swear I feel like I should go. They're fucking crisps just for Freeman.
They're chips, damn it.
I got regular Wise, but I got Ridges. Yeah, Freeman, we're eating potato chips. Fucking crisp, man.
Chips.
No, man, over here the crisps.
No, dude. Chips are what you guys call fries. Over here, we call these little thin, crunchy potato slices chips. still can't believe one of those conversations was actually put into an RP, and it was funny. Good work, Ryan.
It's random stuff like that always winds up turning out to be fucking awesome.
Hey, I did ask you guys, how did you never use that?
Because we never thought it.
Especially since, Freeman was an English character and he used to yammer about everything else. But yeah, random shit like that.
Where it's like, oh man, you guys be talking about something. You're like, oh, how funny would this be? And then you're like, we gotta do it now before we forget. Like, let's do it.
Yep.
That's why. See, I can't do that right now, but I definitely jotted down some notes for future RP ideas / whatever segment ideas / CDRP CDs for Tommy. Before I fucking opened up my fucking Google Docs program and just fucking wrote down. I only took like 6 ideas for future shit to work with them.
Nice.
If I could write it right now, I would. But if I get started with writing, I'm gonna want to stay up and get a decent amount done. And considering that it's already 11 o'clock, I mean, I get into writing, I can be up all night and not get no sleep. I don't want to do that. I need to get sleep before work.
Yeah.
Obviously, I ain't jumping off now. But for me to start writing, I'll be up half the fucking night.
Well.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
I see how you feel.
Well, Structure. Good tone, smooth finish.
Have you ever had Baron fart in or burp in front of his girl's faces? Because he was too fucked up.
No, not yet.
Like, yeah. I only thought of that because he burped. I didn't mean to say fart.
Yeah, it's not like he's gonna Peter Griffin or Meg. You know what I'm talking about.
No, that's usually Kyle Travis' job to be Meg.
Yeah.
At least according to him it is.
Kyle Travis would be Meg?
Yeah.
That's what he said. He always says that he's the Meg Griffin of UWA.
That's fucking great.
I don't know if he's the Meg Griffin of UWA. We need a fat ass to fart on his face.
Oh man, too bad one of the guys that wasn't here in the beginning. Who was it? The Garbage Man? We should have the Garbage Man fart in his face.
What about Bubba?
Bubba could work. Bubba could definitely work.
Well, let's see.
But
how big were you, Bubba?
Yeah, how big is Bubba?
Hold on, I'll look him up.
Every time I think of Bubba, unless I've actually seen the guy, I always think of Bully Ray.
Well, of course.
That was one of the guys that's been considered for him before, yes. Let's see.
Larry the Cable Guy?
That is actually who I've used before, yes.
Get her done.
I'm trying to think of who else that you...
Oh man, I just remembered something. I briefly helped run this Fed called Global Wrestling Empire quite a few years ago. And one half of our commentary team was heavily inspired by a Simpsons character.
Oh God.
Let's see. The last time he was active, Bubba was 6'5", 365.
Holy shit.
So he was like Bam Bam Bigelow size.
Jesus Christ, that's nuts. That's fucking nuts.
And we
always made you want to go, you really want to be on the wrong end of the Bubba Salt?
Hell no.
I mean,
not with him being
the Daisy
nothing.
Salt, yes. The Bubba Salt, no.
Not with him him being that big.
It's kind of like being hit with Vader.
Yep.
It's Vader time.
Like, imagine one of the girls, like Trinity. She's about 130 pounds.
She would be broken in half.
Good old Roscoe Thompson there. That's actually his name, Roscoe.
Nice.
His real name's Roscoe?
Roscoe Purvis Coltrane Thompson. Bubba.
That's Bubba's real name, Roscoe.
Yes. Roscoe P. Coltrane. From the Dukes of Hazzard. So, of course, his sister's name is Daisy Duke Thompson. She's literally double D.
Har, 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 har.
Hey, I had
Daisy's the one that's Tedman's been getting involved with recently.
Yep. Hey, I had their cousin used to come out to the Dukes of Hazzard theme song.
Oh, that's fucking great.
The first one, because he was supposed to be a mechanic, so he came out to that song.
That's fucking great.
And that's like the two guys, Slider and Shotgun. Willie and Waylon.
Okay.
Waylon Jennings is who sang that song.
Oh, that's fucking... the ideas that we come up with sometimes.
Oh, that one happened. The Grease Monkey guy. I swear to God, I got his name off ESPN too. Because I'm sitting there when Anson's like, "Yeah, you need to come up with a character that's not like serious." Because I already had two. One who was going to be total serious, and one who was a Japanese flyer guy that I made up watching Iron Chef. Because he used to talk like the people on Iron Chef do about, honor and shit. So I'm like sitting there thinking, alright, I'll do like some stupid redneck character like this. And the show that was on TV that night was RPM Tonight, so I went, that's it, I'll call him RPM. And that was the first one. Then the next ones come out later. They're like, okay, Waylon, Willie, Ricky Ray, Bubba. Because every family like that has to have a Bubba.
Every family.
And he's got to be the big one.
Of course. Of course he's got to be the big one.
And then...
That's what makes him chasing Tedman so much fun.
Fuck. The Benny Hill theme. That's what seems to pop in my head every time a chase like that begins.
And then the Cornbread Mafia guy's names came from Daisy's friend Jessie. Because she's Jessie Dupree. Jessie Dupree's the lead singer from Jackal. There's two guys in Jackal who are brothers named Jeff and Chris Worley. And Jackal is like the most southern sexualized rock band ever. And, you talk to Cam for 5 seconds. This is the guy who made the Twitter thing for Cam's balls. So I looked at him for years going, I swear to God, one day I'm going to make a Worley Brothers tag team. And they're going to talk like you.
Sure enough, you did.
And he kept looking at me going, no, you're
not. No, you're not.
And then
if you do, I'm playing one of them. So he was supposed to.
Okay. But going back to the Bubba thing, this is what I was trying to do.
It is a female driver, correct?
It looks to be slow in the case. Yeah, not.
What the hell are you doing?
Go now. Let's see.
Shit. Fuck, I thought it had the song.
He's trying to play the Benny Hinn theme thing for the chase.
officers.
Here we go. That's what I was trying to do. I hear that in my head every time I see Bubba starting to chase Teddy. Think about it. Think about it. It totally fits. Are you guys there?
Yeah.
Tim? What's wrong with no one's home? Odd.
Yeah. Every time somebody screams out Teddy and chases Tedman, it's a 365-pound redneck.
Yeah.
Usually being chased by guys half that size.
Yeah. But yeah, you get what I was trying to say, right?
Yeah.
That's good. This is weird. Our supposed host isn't even on right now.
It's taken long enough to catch up with him.
I think I might have scared him off or something.
Let's see, how old would he be now? Huh. He's still only like 30. Oh shit. Or left, his phone just died.
Henry? Oh,
Because, you know.
But if his phone just died,
Yeah.
he wouldn't be on here. Like, this thing would have blanked out. Alright, seems like we're experiencing some technical difficulties here, so yeah, we're gonna end this, but we'll be back with a different one, and this time hopefully we'll have some random ass questions for us to give our enlightened, so to speak, insight on. So yeah, I guess this was UWA Toasted with Teddy and Silver Baron, featuring half the goddamn UWA roster, aka Ryan. Later.